sofa. Weird. Look, I know I've been away for like a long time. In internet age anyway, it's been like 3-4 weeks. And normally I put these things out like the day after something Doctor Who related happens. But I have good reasons, and my reasons are manifold. The only one really is that this is my sofa. This is my room. I have a house of my own. I won't have the crummy excuse of saying that, well, there's people in the house all the time, so I can't talk out loud because it's like 1 AM. So I can actually maybe start doing these random vloggies a bit more on the regular. This is my house. So what better way to, start anew than to once again get it back into Doctor Who, because that's when I started doing these things a bit more often, when I decided that, well, I can't put like this audio thing out every week, so I'll do a vloggy about Doctor Who. And Doctor Who finally came back to our screens after a year of absence, like The Husbands of River Song. You may remember that, or you don't remember. I really liked The Husbands of River Song. I thought that was like, if you take the definition of a fun romp, that's the proper way to do it. It was a fun episode. It didn't bog anything down. It had its sad moments, but it wasn't overly bad. And then we get to the return of Dr. Mysterio, and I'm realising I'm being very handsy today, as if I'm Stan, the boat salesman from Monkey Island. The return of Dr. Mysterio, I've watched it 3 times now. I watched it on Christmas Day, I watched it the same evening again when everybody of the family had gone to bed, because, I'm like that. And I watched it like earlier this evening. The return of Dr. Mysterio, I don't think I like it. I don't hate it, but it feels to me like there's so much time wasted. See, this is my problem here. I can't even start to formulate like what I dislike about it. It's because there are good elements in it. Peter Capaldi's on his game. Nardole, played by Matt Lucas, isn't as annoying as I expected him to be. The bad guys, I like the main bad guy and, well, the return from last year's Christmas episode, but there's worse things in the world. So, okay, fair enough. But the entire superhero thing, I'm not opposed to Doctor Who trying out things outside of, your stereotypical sci-fi genre, because that's what the entire, well, Doctor Who's more science fantasy than science fiction. The TARDIS is just a way to bring us to a new setting and, change the story accordingly. But what we got instead, from the moment we meet the Ghost and Mrs. Lombard at first, and that's a good scene in the building of the Harmony Shoal, but then we spend 20 minutes of the episode roughly, I didn't clock, but I do believe that's about the time because I guesstimated. And first we're having shenanigans in the apartment, and then we're having shenanigans on the roof, and it feels just like a very slow interaction that could have easily been cut in half. The interrogation scene between the Doctor and Lucy Lombard, oh my god, that just annoyed all hell out of me. Every repeated viewing, that just started to grate me more and more. The little squeezy doll, was that necessary? The entire scene between her and the Doctor, I don't know what purpose it serves. Now, what did not happen was that my battery ran out and I had not unpacked everything yet, so I didn't have a second battery charged or could find my charger, so I continued the next day. That specifically did not happen. I don't know why that was in there. The Doctor doesn't tell her anything aside from you know, the things we already knew. And if it's supposed to give us insight to her, aside from she's really, really, really good at being a reporter person, then, that didn't do it for me either. The squeaking thing, it just got on my nerves so bad. After that, we get more hassle where they're on the phone, and granted, I did like this bit, but then they get ready for a date, and as opposed to doing something in the meantime, we immediately cut to the next day. The Doctor's back in the building with the Harmony Shoal, and okay, he's doing the usual, like, leave this planet now, and I may let you live. Except, you know, Scottish. I have to say, I really do like the German science guy, Dr. Sim. I don't know the actor from anything else. I tried to look him up on IMDb. Apparently, mostly he is doing German things, so that is his genuine accent. Well, I think the surgeons worked as an image when they took over Mr. Brock, the head of the facility there, and I don't think it really invoked the same image when they came stomping out of the ambulance as if they were like the new Who Cybermen and trying to take over the Ghost. So at this point we get a little bit of a Doctor and a Nardole interaction, and if this is what the new Series 10 is going to do with them, I'm perfectly fine with that, because Nardole seems like he's giving the Doctor flack, and if you know me, I like my companions, at least some of them, to give the Doctor shit from time to time. Turlo from the classic series, Rory from Matt Smith's run, Donna from back with David Tennant. So, yeah, bring it. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be the thing. So the Doctor goes to Tokyo and he delivers my favourite line, that he's emptied the building by unleashing a bunch of Pokemon in the office. They go to space, and at this point, I like the bad guys. I said this, I do like the Harmony Shoal. But their plan is effectively, yeah, it's a bit drab. It could have been a lot better. I've seen people say it's exactly what the Slitheen were doing. It's not really exactly what the Slitheen were doing, but kinda, maybe, sorta, yeah, kinda. So, yeah. It gets resolved very quickly, and in the meantime, all we're doing with Lucy and the Ghost, Grant, is just make fun of the stereotypical double life thing, and how we're supposed to say it's Doctor Who meets superheroes if there's no actual superheroing. No, I get it, maybe it's a budget problem, but if it's a budget problem, then don't do it. Yeah, overall I think this episode spends too much time on flashbacks, too much time with Lucy and the Ghost, despite the fact that yes, we have to get to know these people to get invested in them, but you know, and with a very basic plot that could have been so much better. And I know I sound very negative, but this episode really isn't that bad. It's just that it's okay. My problem with it is that when I see something that could be better than it is, I have more issue with it than when something's absolutely trash or shit. At least that way I can write it off and not bother with it anymore. If something is meh, but it has a great concept, that's when it gets on my nerves. It really gets on my nerves. Anyway, the special ends with a preview for the upcoming series, and aren't we all fucking well stoked? I am. Right, so I've got a bunch of social medias. I still have to learn how to make buttons, like proper buttons. Don't follow me on any social medias, don't like this video, don't do anything of that. It's all a trap for the Illuminati to find out where you live. I'm being absolutely deadly serious. It's why I have this hat now.